Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Stream a Day number 2931. How's it all going this evening? Hopefully, it's going well for you today. I'm doing okay myself. And tonight, we are going to be checking out and playing the game The Town of Light for Fright Nights number 8. Quite possibly the last stream of Fright Nights 8 this year. And to be clear, this is not a demo. It is not a demo, this is a full game. I know that's something of a rarity these days, but it is a full game. It's a relatively short game, though. I think we will probably finish it today. That's the aim, anyway, to finish it. So, yeah, that's going to be the plan for now. We are making good progress with things. So, yeah, let's get into it, I guess, without further ado. So, I know little about this game, as that kind of goes with the territory. Let me see when I bought it. I've had this a long time. I can tell you that. I've had this a very long time. I'm not even sure if I bought it or I got it from a bundle. Uh, I can't tell in my emails when I bought it. I think there is somewhere in here that you can see when you purchase things. Your games library, help, Steam support, view, collections, downloads, about Steam. I think there's somewhere in here that you can view it. Settings. Account details. View purchase history. Town of Light is not on here, so I must have got it through a bundle at some point, or yeah, I must have got it through as a bundle at some point. Hey Fit, how's it going? Wow, it actually shows every transaction I've ever made on here. So it must be that old. Going back to doing a little necromancy prep for AFKing. I see. So yeah, I don't know when I picked it up, but it would have been out of some bundle, at some point. Which means that it is very, very, very old. um... Yeah, whatever the case, it is probably one of the games I've had in my library for years. Oh, license history might tell me. I really want to know. um, View licenses and product key activations. Okay, not that long ago. The Town of Light was on the 30th of August 2019, so relatively not that long ago. Um, yeah, relatively not that long ago. 2019 then. So, yeah, 4 years ago. I guess we finally know the answer to this. Yeah, so I don't know much about this game, like I was saying. We'll have to just have to experiment with it as we go and see what it's all about. Unity. Oh my. The doll is barely even that's barely visible. Like, even that is, I could barely see that. Even with the slider all the way up. Language is English, voice English, subtitles, yes. Options, overall quality high, ultra. Refresh rate 60. Show pointer, yes. Field of view, I usually like to have a field of view on 90. Turn the gamma up. Languages, controller vibration, no. Shadow distance, details, anti-aliasing. Resolution 1920 by 1080, full screen, yes. That's better. I don't want it running at like 500 frames a second or anything like that. I don't know if that one will make it look any better than that. So there's chapters, Renee's diary, field of view. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about all of this now. That's true. Martha is dead. Add to wish list. I was gonna say something, but well, I will. Possible game for next year. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Alright, let's give this a go then. The Town of Light is based on real events, places, and research concerning mental illness and the life of patients in lunatic asylums from the beginning of the 20th century until their closure. It contains stories which may be disturbing. The characters and names are fictitious, and any reference to people living or dead is purely coincidental. The game uses an artistic interpretation of a former Italian psychiatric institution for dramatic purposes. Please note that mental health services have radically improved around the world. If you think you have psychological problems, please speak to a local doctor or specialist. Alright, so, like the warning says there, if this kind of thing might upset you, then this is probably not the game to watch. Somewhere in 1941. I missed that.
What is this place? Maybe I'm dead.
You're not Martha, are you? I heard Martha was dead.
See any light. Maybe I am dead. I can't get up. What's going on? What's happening to me? There's no one here, but these noises. God, my head is killing me. I can't keep my eyes open.
Reality fades away and my skin has gone. Every breath of wind is excruciatingly painful. Ugh. Yeesh. Please wait. Inspired by real events. Volterra, Tuscany, 2016. Thought that might make it a bit smoother. It did not. It did not. Man, this game gives my computer a migraine. Like, even though it's locked to 60 frames. I don't know if it's all the foliage or whatever. Okay. I wasn't near a door, but thank you for telling me that. Oh, we do have a flashlight. That's good. Yeah, zooming is going to be non-existent because I do not have a working scroll wheel. Cool little photograph. Another photograph. Some cigarettes. Radio. First food rationing improvements. On April 20th, bread rations increased by 50 grams per day, an extra kilogram per month of soup products, agricultural labor treatment reform, and extraordinary marmalade distribution. Huh, okay. Huh. Incredible anti-aircraft victory. 159 aircraft shot down in 24 hours by the German Continental Air Defense. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy scattered in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk. Fierce murder in San Casicano, April 14th, 1944. Julia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, was brutally murdered near her home. Police are investigating possible political motives emerge. Julia Kay distressed but held up by their faith. Her mother, Irene E., father, Heinrich, and sister Martha deliver the grievous news. The funeral will take place in La Romola on Sunday, April 16th at 3:30 p.m. Starting from the house of the deceased, April 13th, 1944. Surprised we don't need that, to be honest. A pile of junk on the floor. Otherwise, not all that much in this particular little building here that I can tell. Just some news articles giving us a little bit of background into this place. So we know that the year is 2016. This place was operating in the 40s until it shut down at some unknown point in the future. By the looks of things, it's been shut down for some time because things are pretty overgrown. Yeah, yep. Okay, there's a hole in the fence. That's never a good sign. That just fell down.
This place. Time. Memory.
I thought there might be something down there, but it didn't look like there was anything additional to it. Alright, let us continue. As far as I can tell, there is no kind of sprint key. So we're going to be going at the pace of the character that walks, and that's that. Fingers crossed there's no monsters hiding out in this asylum, because if there is, then I'm going to need to find a way of dealing with them that does not involve sprinting. That is a nice looking wall, very detailed. Oh look, there's a door there that goes outside. That must be some sort of greenhouse, or was some sort of greenhouse at one point or another. I can't get in from down there, though, because there's a fence. So... Okay. We're inside now. This is like a front waiting area, I guess. A map. You are here. We're in room 2, the waiting room. Room 1, admissions. 3 isn't labeled. 4 is the conference room. 5 is the visitor's toilets. Well, 6 is the visitor's toilets, my bad. 7, tranquil ward. 8, observation ward. 9, reflectory. 10, refectory. 11 toilets, 12 toilets, 13 nurse's room, 14 grounds. That's park. That's what we saw out front before. FASIS, National Federation for the Fight Against Tuberculosis. The civilized person does not spit on the ground and does not swear God. Central Anti-Blasphemy Committee under the honorary chairmanship of His Majesty the King. Okay. Paintings here. I can't pick that painting up. Probably because it's a little big. Some light in here. Admissions. N General Prog 10327 Psychiatric Hospital. Administrative file of Amara, admitted on June 15th, 1937, discharged on, transferred on, died November 8th, 1942. They died here. They didn't even ever leave. To the Volterra Charity Congregation, which in full compliance with the directives of the fascist regime in the spirit of great initiative and rationality of technical criteria, proceeded to the truly exemplary organization of a self-managed, high-intensity cultivation agricultural company on Volterra's fields, where the compact, rugged clay soil was previously used as a sparse pastureland. The secondary provincial commission, in solemn recognition of this particular rural merit, unanimously voted to assign the present special certificate of honor and a large gold medal in the triennial competition as a prize to all companies under the umbrella of Agro Voltonaro. The president, the secretary, Pisa, November 26th, 1933. Sure hope there's nothing on the back of any of these papers, because I can't view them. Girolamo Asylum. Note: a visit is granted to military patients for top placement only to parents, brothers, sisters, wives, and children. If authorized in writing by the family, acquaintances may obtain information about the health and mental condition of patients calling on the doctor on duty. If such a letter is not presented at the door, access will be denied. Any leave will be granted from time to time when conditions of the patient permit it, and the requesting parent, brother, wife assures guarantee of surveillance and custody. No other person will be granted access to patients outside the institute. Any item intended for a patient must first be authorized every time by the health authorities. Wine and spirits are strictly forbidden in any case. Director. Stamp. There is no power. The master switch is near the Calm Women ward. Coins. Inventory of objects of a patient upon admission. Charity congregation, psychiatric hospital. Administration, inventory of articles and clothing, and footwear, cash, cards, and other valuables upon admission to the asylum for observation. Rene. On the day 12th of the 3rd, 1990 or 1938. Details of clothing, amount of cash, valuables, cards, and other objects, notes. Sweaters, shirts, 1. Underwear, pairs of socks, 1. Shoes, 1. Sets. Diapers, skirts, dresses, trousers, vests, jackets, handkerchiefs, pocket handkerchiefs, hats, berets, aprons, golf shirts, overcoats, towels, ties. The assistant, the director, Volterra on the day. Photographs. This is of the institution before it was abandoned and closed up. Oh boy. Patient discharge readmission document. Name and surname: Francesca Agostini. Paternity: Arduino. Maternity: Martelli Gina, born in Velletri Province, I guess, Roma, on October 13th, 1895. Place of residence: Velletri Province, Roma. Marital status: widow. Admitted on May 30th, 1916. Diagnosis: early dementia. Referred from Rome Asylum. Transferred to asylum observation rooms. Dismissal: DMY, form of dismissal, file. Readmission: DMY, form of readmission, 4th, 1939, respiratory disease. Another one I don't think that ever made it out, to be honest. Loads of boxes, files, everything's disorganized. Personal details: son of David, deceased, and ineligible. Born in, on, place of... Oh, okay, the rest of this is blank. So we're finding out lots of information about different patients that once were in the asylum here. But that's about the extent of it. Province of Rome, 498. Death report of Giuliani Dina. No, yeah, these things don't turn any further, so there's nothing on the back of any of them. Find... Oh, access... Oh, J. Volterra 1942. What's happened? What is this place? Oh, yeah, that was from the cutscene. 1. Charlotte. This place. Time memory. Medical records. No documents. Memories. No memories. Rene's diary. Town of Light. Show text. Disable voice.
My memory of those years is hazy. between the age of about 7 and 10. My memories are disconnected, and I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around that time. Charlotte. Thinking back to it makes me want to laugh. But at the beginning, I remembered that I was afraid of her. I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me, and her presence.
Jeez.
Did not disturb me. I was able to talk to her, and so she became my best friend. At least until I was in grade 2, when everything changed. She didn't laugh at me, and if I had to say something to my mother, I asked her to say it. When things inside me turned bad, she was the only one I could turn to. Now all of this makes me blush, but Charlotte was a real friend to me. I knew that she was just a doll. I wasn't stupid, but at the same time, she was real too. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult. My mother would cuddle her and tell her things. I guess she was trying to communicate with me, but back then I was too afraid to understand it.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess as we get more of the diary entries here, we complete that. I don't know about medical records or memories, and I don't know what any of this stuff is on the bottom here. That's not even unlocked yet. So that must be mechanics we will see more of as time goes. I think that's about everything as far as this room is concerned. I think we've about cleared it. Found the piece of the diary. What's this? Volterra, 12th of the 4th, 1926. Irene E. in K, 26 years. The woman is in a state of great agitation. She curses her 3-year-old daughter for having ruined her life. She wanted to take us away, that damn kid. She wanted to kill us. She's the devil, I tell you. She's the devil herself. She destroyed my ability to give life. She left her sister in silence. Silence is scary. The mother explains that her husband, Eric K., worried about her daughter, called a doctor who, noticing the state of the woman and the potential danger to her daughter, urgently initiated the procedure of admission. The woman was admitted to observation in the single room, not because she was dangerous, but in view of her social class, it seemed the most appropriate choice. The mother has provided a generous donation to this institution in order to find a more suitable accommodation for her daughter. It's not really a donation then, is it? Another cabinet there. Nothing in it. Stacks of papers and notes and everything else. Yeah, we got to go to the Calm Women ward for the master switch. Was that on the map? Where's the Calm Women ward? That must be 7. Oh yeah, look, there's a little icon right there of the master switch. We're right here, so if we turn and we go to the left, this central point here.
The only thing I remember clearly
There
is
it is.
Charlotte, my doll.
What can we do about this? Ugh. Oh, is that it? That's all I had to do? They're locked. I'll probably need a key for that of some sort. Gonna start putting some lights on now. Hey, nice. Got some lights going. Wow, that does nothing for me. Okay, that does absolutely nothing for me. Uh-huh. That's the elevator. Just photographs of the place there. What was that? Something lingering in the basement?
Nobody says we can't. Let's find Charlotte.
Do we want to? Is Charlotte alive now? Is that what's happened here? This room's empty. What about this area? This looks like some sort of toilet, yeah. A bathroom of some sort. Otherwise, nothing that I can tell. What about this one at the end? Locked. Cardboard boxes.
No, she's freezing. She's alone. Let's look for her.
So we've got to go find the doll then, is our next objective here. So we could go upstairs for that, or we could go through there.
Let's search the wards on the upper floor. There's a plan on the wall which shows their location.
Upper floor it is. Wow, that actually worked. I was not expecting the elevator to actually do anything. I mean, this place has been abandoned for decades. I mean, I know I restored the power and I fixed that, but of the things I was expecting to happen, the elevator was not one of them. It does not work because the door is open. What in the heck? Surgery A. Well, we know where the doll is now. Yes. I don't know if there's anything significant to any of that. It's probably long since disused. Oh my gosh. Cutting someone's arm off. Yikes. I want to get out of this room. All these are x-rays that were taken. Oh, this must be an x-ray room. Patient transfer document, psychiatric hospital transfer, file name and surname. Fante Clemente, paternity, Luigi, deceased. Place of birth, Pomerantz, age 37 years. Date of admission, July 7th, 1937. 23rd of May 1942, deceased at 6 p.m. Not Ouija.
Let's find Charlotte. She's alone. She's alone in the dark.
Oh, she really wants that doll, huh? I don't think there's much else for me to look at around here, though, until I get the doll. This is another surgery room. There isn't very much in any of these rooms so far.
Mummy took good care of Charlotte. She tucked her in, hugged her, gave her cuddles and kisses. She was very affectionate and loving. Nothing bad happened to Charlotte, and that surprised me. I didn't understand. At first, I was quite scared. I was afraid that she wanted to hurt me. I lived in constant fear that Mom would abandon her. Because I didn't deserve to live. I didn't deserve to be loved.
Oh my gosh.
It's cold and it's dark. Look, she's cold. She'll get ill. We can take care of her. Nobody can stop us. Charlotte is a good girl.
New chapter 2. Oh my gosh. I thought that maybe the set of keys might have been useful for something, but... Oh, well, what a surprise. The first aid box is empty. Are we just going to hold the doll like that? Oh, that's another one of those signs we saw at the entrance. Locked. Locked.
He doesn't want to. Not Charlotte.
Memories 1, mother. So where are we going to take the doll? Outside?
Charlotte is cold. Let's take her somewhere warm.
The furnace, maybe? This is weird. I don't know why you'd take the elevator when the stairs are that short, but what do I know? What do I know, honestly?
Sure, it's warm in the sun, but it gets cold in the evening, and that's not good for Charlotte.
Okay. Not outside, then. That's a bit better. What would be a warm place?
He'll get angry. I know he'll get angry.
Who will get angry?
He doesn't want to. No. In the town of light, he doesn't want to.
Well, obviously not the toilets, I wouldn't think.
I saw a wheelchair on the ground floor. It's comfortable there, and we can put Charlotte somewhere warm.
Perfect. If I wait long enough, I get a hint. Nice. All right. Where are we gonna put them then? If I put the door here.
Charlotte will be comfy here. But it's cold. No, it's cold. Don't shiver, Charlotte. The cold will go away. It'll go away. We must find some warm lights. Let's go to the surgical ward.
Surgical ward. That was upstairs, wasn't it, I think?
Let's take Charlotte to the surgical ward. The lights will warm her up.
Surgical ward. That's definitely upstairs. I've been in that. That's why the elevator is here. Because we're not able to get this up the stairs. I heard that knocking on the window. Kind of disturbing, really. This isn't the surgical ward. Oop, a little bit stuck in the door. That's where we found the doll. It's in there. I think it's in here. Although, I don't think I'll be able to get through those doors. Let me take a look here at the map. Surgical ward is number 3. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's number 5 where we're currently at. It is through here.
The cold has gone away now. You see? The light. The warmth. We can do it. The cold will go away. It has to. Now we can enter the ward where everything started. It all began in the observation ward on the ground floor.
Ah, H for help, okay. Just in case I was unclear, I can always press H for help. Good to know. And we looked at all this stuff. We didn't really see much of anything. Oh, I can't look behind me. It won't let me. Oh, that's trippy. I've seen these beds before. I'm pretty sure these were the beds that were in Outlast. I'm pretty sure.
One day I turned off the light, but it didn't go dark. It was a limitless immensity, a blinding, merciless light. I was 16 years old, and I was afraid, always afraid, a fear that wore me down. I needed help, but I couldn't speak. I was terrified of everything, even thinking. They said they were taking me to a place where the fear would go away, where I would get better. I stopped living in there. They dragged me away and stripped off all my clothes, everything. I tried to explain what was going on in my head. They tied me to the bed for days. I was alone with my nightmares. It wasn't fear anymore. It was madness. And when you're mad, you cease to exist. She was my only hope in this hell. I was descending down, down among the damned. But that woman and her smile kept me alive.
It's creeping me the heck out. That is like, that isn't a warm smile. That's a creepy smile if I've ever seen one. Oh no, it's dark out now. New chapter 3.
The door is locked from the outside. Here, the doors can only be locked and unlocked from the outside.
What in the heck? Okay.
You can't get out of here. Only the dead can leave this place.
Oh boy. Oh good, some lights. Makes me feel a bit better. I like this one bit, man. Unlike this one infinitesimally small bit. Flashlight barely does a damn thing. Here. Oh, that's a bit better. That still works. Hmm. I know that scream. That's an alert. That was an alert scream. I know that one. I shouldn't laugh, but that was one of my very first alert screams. Oh man. This is dark. This is very dark.
He laughed, panted, and slobbered all over me. It hurt me when he touched me. I thought I'd suddenly split open with a loud crack.
Oh
And I
jeez.
would be shattered into pieces. I felt fragile.
Ain't no
sick,
way.
dirty, degraded. All I could do was clutch Charlotte tightly while Renee obeyed. He was the master in the realm of light. I was being consumed by the evil act I had committed. I threw up and could feel hell getting closer and closer. Those tests the doctors did to me. They said there was something growing inside, and they wanted to drag it out of me.
God. When I said it was dark, I wasn't kidding around, man. This is unbelievably dark now. No wonder they put a warning at the beginning of this. I'm also pretty sure I will not be able to release this one on YouTube, I don't think. It's got nudity in it. Maybe I'll be able to, like, edit it or something at some point later. Because I don't think they take too kindly to that. I don't think Twitch really cares, but... Dear Mr. Director, the present letter is to recommend to your precious attention Mrs. Irene K., admitted in your institute last 12th of April. Sure of your special attention to the unfortunate woman, our dear friend, I beg you to provide for her every need. The family will satisfy every expense. For any concerns, please contact MSGR Attilo D., who will personally come to visit. Sincerely yours, Cardinal G. So we read that note. This is this hallway again. This is all the bathroom stuff. Pretty sure there's nothing in the bathroom that we need to read or anything, so I need to look around at some of the other rooms here. Dear Director, I have been working at this institution for 5 years now. I'm a simple person. I'm not educated, and I feel embarrassed about writing to you. I always try to look on the bright side, but sometimes we are called upon to do difficult things. That's our duty, and I well understand and accept it. There's no alternative. However, I have decided to write to you because something is happening which is simply unacceptable. I am well aware that there is someone among us who devotes too much attention to the younger female patients who are confused. The serious nature of this fact has compelled me to write to you. I am certain of your indignation and of the measures you will adopt to solve this problem. Please accept my warmest regards and respect. I don't think he did, because the director was the one who was doing this. That's locked. Renee's diary. I'll probably collect Renee's diary and then sort of like play it all in order, I think. It's one of those sorts of sort of things. If I get all the pieces of Renee's diary, I'm not sure I want to at this point. But S. Girolamo Psychiatric Hospital in Volterra School for Nurses. According to Article 24 of the August 16th, 1909 616 Regulation for the Implementation of the February 14th, 1904 N.36 SI Law on Insane Asylums and Patients, the present Certificate of Suitability for Asylum Nurse who is issued to name and surname, who has exams taken on date, month, year, obtained a score of XX points on 30 Volterra on May 12th, 1929, the director. Yeah, we looked inside that room. We looked in there.
She stayed with Renee during those terrible medical examinations, and that gave her the strength to survive. They went to the gynecology ward on the upper floor.
So the upper floor then. Need some fresh air after that. Goodness.
August 21st, 1938. Confidential. Dear A, I know what you think about these things, so I'm referring a patient to you, Renee T. This wretched girl got out of control and caused trouble in the grounds. She's almost 3 months pregnant. The nurses should be more alert. I'm examining the girl on the 28th. I'll handle things very carefully, don't worry. We don't want to make matters worse. Then they said that Renee was crazy, and that the illness was all in her head. Careful, little girl, careful. I was scared, and I didn't talk to anyone about the illness. Only her. Not even the other doctor. He never touched Renee. He just wrote things down. You can tell me everything. Don't be afraid, he said. Everything's going to be fine. Do you want to know what I am writing? I note down what I observe in you, everything I see. He didn't hate Renee. He tried to help her, but he rarely examined her in those small surgeries. The doctor who wrote things down was in Surgery C.
Surgeries 2. So yeah, we need to go to surgery C then. I think that was the one that was locked before.
June 1935. After much theorizing and practice in clinics for the privileged, the moment for action has finally arrived. Volterra is the right place. It's an avant-garde hospital, the perfect place for a doctor who really wants to make a difference. November 20th. Crossing the threshold of the asylum was similar to entering another dimension. A world of smells, noises, and images which it is almost impossible to imagine, describe, or explain. August 1936. The situation is similar to that in many other institutions. The department is overcrowded. Hundreds of patients are supervised by a handful of nurses who are forced to tie the more distressed ones to their beds or to radiators. They do 24-hour shifts. It's impossible to work like this. We doctors rarely see the female patients, and it's the nurses who tell us what's happening to the women. The overpowering stench in the wards, the constant din of shouts and voices that are barely recognizable as human, dirty, naked bodies devoid of any dignity. The lunatic asylum gets under your skin and wears you down. I often consider resigning. I feel useless, impotent, a sort of merciful jailer, a mercy that helps no one and only helps to ease my conscience. March 15th, 1938. Dramas are played out before my eyes every single day, and I try to distance myself from them and just do the best I can. But a girl arrived some days ago. I couldn't avoid her gaze. All she asked in her dignified silence was not to be ripped away from her world. And me. I'm old enough to be her father, the father she never had, who didn't want her, who rejected her without even knowing her. I, too, refused what she asked me. I couldn't do anything but add my signature and consign her to hell. A danger to herself and to others, and a cause of public scandal. This was what was written on the accompanying note from the police headquarters. It was difficult not to agree with it. How much more violence must this poor girl be subjected to? Her gaze is so intense, so far removed from the carefree nature which should be the joyous hallmark of her age. I cried myself to sleep in my solitude. I kept thinking about those sad and frightened eyes staring at me.
This is another report here of someone who has been admitted. This was a butcher. It's the third part of Renee's diary. It's a university degree. Some sort of medicinal substance. The book on the brain. This must be a medical report.
March 12th, 1938. Renee T., 16 years old. Menstruation at age 12. Housewife. Father unknown. Mother a seamstress. Admitted in observation yesterday morning from Pontedera, accompanied by a police officer authorized by the examining magistrate of the Court of Pisa to be admitted for a psychiatric evaluation, which I have carried out. Medical certificate. Mental illness preceded by warning signs. Has suffered from depression for a year, believing she had tuberculosis. Food deprivation. We can't read this document. It is forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there will be trouble.
It talks about Renee, it talks about you, so we have to read it. Don't be scared, nothing will happen to you. That's true, we should not read it.
Have you ever wondered who you are? Yes, of course you've wondered.
A relative, maybe your child, I don't know, it doesn't matter, I'm here for you.
Will you help me to understand, to escape this dazzling light inside me that stops me from seeing? She is frightened, hears noises and ghosts, presents serious signs of anxiety psychosis, suffers from hallucinations. She is anxious, confused, her expression is distressed, a questioning look as if terrified, disoriented. She feels confused, hears voices shouting in her head. She doesn't understand things properly. She has been feeling unwell for 2 or 3 months. When questioned, she replies, "My mother wants to hurt me. I am always scared of her. She chases me." "Why are you here?" "I argued with my mother and was so upset that I felt like my head was spinning. There was a woman there who wanted to force me into a life of prostitution. They wanted to condemn me to be burned at the stake. Children whispered, called my name. March 16th. She couldn't sleep last night. They wanted to condemn her to be burned at the stake. April 4th. Transferred to the calm ward, still under my supervision. Yes, that's true. The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done, like witches at the stake. April 21st. She's more awake this morning and is responding to questions, complains of headaches. She became agitated when she found out her mother was there. She says that one day, many years earlier, she was with a friend of hers and met a man who made her get into a car and took her for a ride. He made her smoke cigarettes and drink liquor, and the man showed her certain things.
Oh,
He tried
gosh.
to hurt her and made her go crazy.
Oh, gosh.
She says he promised to marry her and made her swear to keep what had happened a secret. These facts were essentially confirmed by her mother. After that, she became arrogant, impatient, and hostile towards her family, especially her mother. She started taking off her clothes in public. Her moods would swing from laughter to tears. She rants. She pleasures herself. I can't remember these things, only the guilt, the stake. I know I deserved to pay for that guilt. I knew it even then. She was uncooperative during the examination. She didn't want to be stripped and her body remained rigid. Voluntary attention almost totally absent. Probable hallucinations. April 25th. Confused ideas, unable to maintain a spontaneous conversation. Reflexes all normal, reactive pupils. Let's find Amara, and we'll find the full medical records.
The first clues on chapter 5.
The grounds at the back of the hospital, and then down to the kitchens.
The more you learn about this story, the worse it gets. Unironically, the more you learn, the worse it gets. And I don't mean the worse it gets in terms of, like, the game itself being worse, but the torture that this person went through is just insane.
This is the road we used to take. If it weren't for her, in the grounds on that bench in spring, so many days. It was an escape, watching nature around us as she talked and smiled. And then there were the kitchens. Sometimes we stole food and ran back to the bench to eat it in secret, and we laughed. She did things to me. Sometimes she touched me. In the shower, I felt her body against mine for the first time. It was a shiver that warmed my soul. Eyes closed, the light slipped away.
Okay. Are these,
Let's look for Amara in the kitchens in the basement of the building, behind the greenhouse. That's it. She must be the key to my memories, to the reasons why.
Unlock chapter 6A. Yeah, these are the memories here. Medical records. I'm not sure what this is. Experience. They talked over each other at that point as well, which was not great, but whatever. Okay. Oh, man.
Nature helped me to forget, to escape from the system.
This wasn't our bench. The minute I see it, I will recognize it, that's for sure.
The scent of spring. The land of light was far away, and we spent the days chatting on the stone benches.
It's another entry of her diary. This must be the bench, I'm guessing. Nope, not this one. But that just was a diary entry. This is over by the greenhouse area. Not sure I can get in the greenhouses just at the moment. Okay, there's a way in here. Find where life thrives, the greenhouse. That takes you back inside. Huh. Now this is the kitchens area, evidently.
Come on. Come on, let's look everywhere. She must be here, I'm certain.
Lock the door behind me. Locked. This place is mostly empty.
Keep looking. We mustn't give up. Where could she be? We've got to talk to her. Everything will be all right. But being here now, I don't like it. Come on, let's look for her, quickly. We can't stay in here too long. They'll find us. When they found us... Come on, hurry. We've got to find her quickly. Adele, that little girl has been standing motionless in front of the kitchen door for hours. Poor thing, I gave her some candy. She ate it without a word and remained motionless. I don't think she's very well. We used to see her now and again, but now she's always there. I'm going. The doctor's not here. He's coming this afternoon. Try and speak to him. Poor thing. Lost in her dreams. She was only a little girl. But nobody gave her a cuddle. They punished her instead. They said she was sick and her dreams were troubling her. They weren't even hers anymore. I need her. But we will find her. We'll find her, won't we? When the water in the shower was cold, we ran away. But when it was hot, then she came to Renee under that cruel white light. I can still feel the shivers her body gave me. Everything must return to how it was. If we recreate that magic, she'll come to us.
Okay. What is this? One, close that. Two, turn these. Three, turn that. Four, flick the switch. Five, push the button. Ah.
Now everything is ready. We can go to the bathrooms. We can go along that narrow corridor in the kitchens. We'll meet her in the showers, yes.
New chapter 7. I guess we gotta go back to the main building then. Nothing more for us out here.
Not in this ward. Not in observation, remember? Let's go to the calm ward.
Okay, where's that? Let's have a look at the map. Is that the other side? Tranquil. 7. That is... yeah, this way. That's blocked off. Funders. Oh, this must be like Kickstarter backers or Patreon pledges, something like that. 1930. This is the mess hall right here. Oh, I guess that one doesn't work anymore. Yeesh. Okay then.
Everything's ready. Let's get undressed and leave our clothes on the hooks in the changing rooms.
Changing room then. Ah.
Let's turn the water on now, and everything will be as before.
Where do I do that? Ah, I think it's over there. Oh, jeez.
Amara was everything I could have been, but she no longer existed. I'd have loved to erase everything I did, but instead I always went ahead and did it again. It was my fault, and she disappeared from my life. They gave you injections there, which made your body and soul tremble violently. A whirlwind of anguish and unbearable pain. I lived in terror of the next time. They had taken me upstairs to that ward where no one wanted to go.
Chapter 8.
Let's look for Renee's room in the slightly agitated ward.
Well, it was upstairs, wasn't it? I think. Six. So from where we're stood in the elevator, that's this way.
When there was too much chaos, they closed all the windows and the door. They turned off the lights, and it was pitch black. Some people fell asleep. Some others stopped seeing their demons and became more calm. Montefoscoli, December 20th, 1941. Dear Director, could you please let me know how my daughter, your patient Renee T., is getting along? I've written to my daughter several times, but have received no reply. I'm very worried, particularly as I've been ill for some time and have not been well enough to come and visit her. Please kindly let me know when it will be possible for me to bring my daughter home. Your humble servant, Ada T. Bring this letter to the attention of Dr. C so he can assess the potential discharge of the patient.
That was shock therapy, I'm pretty sure. Still gotta look for her room. Nothing back here. You would think it'd be in here, because this is the only one that's unlocked. locked. Or is this more a case of the game might have bugged out? And there was, you know, supposed to be something that triggers in here and just doesn't. Feels like this should be the place. But I can't tell. Kind of leaning into the theory that it's bugged in some way, and something that was supposed to trigger just hasn't for some reason. Might need to restart this chapter and hope that it works this time. Like, all these other doors are locked, so to me there's only one possible room you can go in, and that's this one. But when I go in here, nothing happens, so I'm confused. This is also where the music's coming from, which would lead credence to that theory. But I don't know. We picked up the note in here. There's nothing to interact with elsewhere, so... Okay. I don't know what chapter I'm supposed to be loading here for the best. I'm just going to assume it's chapter 8 somewhere, and hopefully that doesn't set us too far back. But yeah, I think it's bugged out.
Let's look for Renee's room in the slightly agitated ward.
Okay. We'll try this again and see if it's just that the game's bugged out or that something's, you know, otherwise wrong.
When there was too much chaos, they closed all the windows and the door. They turned off the lights, and it was pitch black. Some people fell asleep. Some others stopped seeing their demons and became more calm.
Maybe that's what we have to do.
Montefoscoli, December 20th, 1941. Dear Director.
Oh, I gotta listen to this again.
Could you please let me know how my daughter, your patient Renee T, is getting along? I've written to my daughter several times, but have received no reply. I'm very worried, particularly as I've been ill for some time and have not been well enough to come and visit her. Please kindly let me know when it will be possible for me to bring my daughter home. Your humble servant, Ada T. Bring this letter to the attention of Dr. C so he can assess the potential discharge of the patient.
That was it. You have to close the door.
Put a straitjacket on you.
I'd forgotten about that, to be honest, in the time that we had wandered around. I didn't pay too much attention to it.
They gave you a cold shower. They suffocated you with a sheet. They tied you to the bed. They tied me to the bed. A woman died next to me, choked by her own vomit. She was tied down because she wouldn't stop pleasuring herself. I can still hear her death rattle. I screamed, but nobody came. Everybody screamed in there, all of them. It was then I saw the doll, which wasn't Charlotte. No, she wasn't Charlotte. The past came back to hurt me again. In the loneliness of that crowded ward, he brought it with him. I thought I would never see him again. He'd come to remind me who I was. That's what my mother used to do. That's what I had done. It seems that my life in here was just a repeat of what it had been outside. The doll, the fear, the shame. I'd have loved to erase everything I did, but instead I always went ahead and did it again. Montefoscoli, November 12th, 1939. My dear daughter, it is with great sadness that I heard what happened. Your transfer and your sufferings are a cause of great worry for me. It will take time, but you'll see, things will improve. They'll treat you and you'll get better again. I pray a lot, every day. Write to me often and tell me if you need anything. I promise I'll do what I can. Try to be strong. Mom. This is the last letter she wrote to me. Once I was put into this ward, I was overwhelmed by loneliness. After that medical examination, I received no more letters from Mom. Why is that man here? Why doesn't she come to see me? Did I make a mistake? It didn't seem like she wanted to abandon me. What did I do wrong? I'd like to be able to reply to her again now, to change things. thought she would have listened to me. Will she reply? The letters were sent to the archive. It was their job to post them.
To the archive, then. Clinical diary. Specify one or more of the abnormal behaviors. There was a lot of things here that were underlined. Registry visits. 1938, Adele. Police officer for questioning on June 15th. June 25th, Bruna M. April 20th, Onofrio P. And then from June 30th, 1940 onwards, banned visits. Nobody was allowed to go. Archive's got to be on the lower floor, I would guess. Maybe by admissions. This looks like an archive in here. That's just a waiting room. I don't think there's anything there. There's nothing labeled archive. Letters were sent to the archive. Admissions waiting room 3 is not labeled. 4 stairs, 5 conference room. Visitors toilets, tranquil ward, observation ward, refectory toilets, nurses room, grounds, more park. I don't know. I don't see anywhere that would fit that category really, apart from maybe this room. But there's nobody in here that would be able to do this, unless it is upstairs, and perhaps I've missed it. We should check it upstairs again. See if there's a room dedicated to that kind of thing on the second floor. Stairs. Surgery, surgical ward. Surgeries, inpatients. Eye clinic 10 is unlabeled. Laundry. So maybe the other way here. From where I'm at, yeah, this way. Maybe it's this way. Kind of feels like I've already been here, though. Cupboards, cabinets. So now we have all of Renee's diary entries. 8 of 8. This part of the building collapsed, I guess.
When you were sent to a lunatic asylum, you lost the right to possess anything. Everything you arrived with was packed up and stored here, even the clothes you were wearing, in case you were released one day, but far too many never left.
Well, this would make sense that this would be the archive area then. Oh, they are labeled. Huh.
Dear Mother, please, I beg you, get me out of this place. I'm so frightened here. You were right. I know I was wrong. I understand. I'm so ashamed. If only you knew how much. But now I'll behave myself, I promise. Now things will be fine. I'll work hard. I'll be very good. Your daughter, Renee. This letter. It was Renee's letter, just as she wrote it back then. But it was never sent. Why? Why did this happen? I received your letter, Mom. You tell me to be patient and strong, while I only feel fear and pain. And you don't write to me anymore. If only these words could be my soul, I'd tell you what was happening to me. The kids want to kill me. They all look the other way and tell me what to do. I don't understand. She helps me, but what have they done to her? Can you tell me? Will you help me? Renee. Montefoscoli, July 7th, 1940. My dear daughter, I have received no news from you. You have not contacted me in months. I'm sorry, but I don't have the money to come and visit you. Do you remember Mr. Onofrio? He'll soon be in Volterra for business. I've asked him if he would be kind enough to ask the director for some news about you. I hope he'll bring me some good news when he returns. But please write to me. I know that I was strict with you. You have to forgive me. I didn't think. I've given Mr. Onofrio a new doll for you. You told me that you lost yours, and I know you loved it so much. It's not as nice as your Charlotte, but I hope that it will comfort you nonetheless. Keep your chin up, darling. Everything will be fine, you'll see. Mom. Montefoscoli, October 12th, 1940. My dear daughter, I've written 2 letters to you and have received no reply. Every day, I'm anxiously waiting for a letter. Mr. Onofrio's back. He brought you the doll. Do you like it? He told me he was unable to speak to the director, but managed to see you. I pray for you every day. Even Don Gino said a prayer for you during Sunday Mass. Isn't that nice? I've made up my mind, Renee. I'm bringing you home. I've already written to the director. I told him that I'll take care of you. I'm not very well at the moment and can't work, but I'll get better soon, you'll see. And as soon as I can make the journey, I'll come and fetch you. I know you're suffering a lot, but please be strong, I beg you. Mom will come and fetch us, won't she? Mom is good, but she's not well. That's why that man came. She also sent us the doll. I could have played with it and talked to it while waiting for her to come, but Renee didn't bring it with her. Perhaps she's been abducted like all the others and is locked up here somewhere. Let's look for the second doll. It'll be among the bundles of the patient's belongings. Now we can open the bundle on that table in front of the window.
I don't think this is what we're looking for. To be honest, I don't think that's really that helpful.
May the Lord guide your path and keep you from sin. Mom.
Oh.
You see?
Oh, there's the doll.
Good. I was bad. Mom was worried about Renee and Charlotte. I abandoned Charlotte. We've abandoned her. Let's look for Charlotte. We have abandoned her. Will she still be where we abandoned her, under the warm lights?
I sure hope so. Otherwise that means we're not alone here.
I didn't do anything. I just obeyed orders.
I only obeyed orders.
Charlotte has gone away. Mom will come and get us now. She loves us, even though we're bad.
Orders. Leave us alone. I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders. Mom will come and get us now. I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders. Even though we're bad. Mom won't leave us alone.
I didn't do anything.
Charlotte gone away.
I only obeyed orders.
Mom will come and get us now. She loves us, even though we're bad.
I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders.
I had a feeling when we saw this the first time what happened here.
What was that doctor writing, sitting at his desk? September 7th, 1938. The patient frequently indulges in recriminations expressed in an explosive tone of voice. This morning she threw away the milk, saying it was full of urine, spittle, and all kinds of other filth. Crazed, she hears voices that order her to do things. She says she heard children singing and that they were locked up in a school. January 20th, 1939. Introverted, dazed, cannot focus on anything. When questioned and stimulated, she starts crying and weeping. At other times, she laughs. June 1st. Apathetic. Eats very little. She refuses to be touched. Does not respond. Spends her time in the grounds. The cooks report that she sits on a bench in front of the kitchens. October 14th. return of impulsive behavior. This morning she asked for 2 eggs to make zabayoni, but when she got them, she threw them up in the air. Excited, clamorous, slightly confused, takes her clothes off. December 8th, tied to bed for 15 days.
15 days?
High-spirited, tends to make witty comments and use vulgar words, laughs hysterically and pleasures herself. The nurses report that about 2 weeks ago she remained in the showers on her own and didn't want to leave. They said that when they took her away, she swore at them and then lashed out and bit them. 2 nurses had to be treated for their injuries. They've kept her tied to the bed since then. Transferred to the slightly agitated ward, from the care of Dr. B to the care of Dr. C. I was with Amara in the showers. My memories are terrifying. They're not real, are they? December 15th. Dr. C. Patient notes. The abnormality of her psychic state has induced her to lead a life which is irregular and tends towards delinquency. Of fickle and flighty character, she regularly discards her household duties and engages in occasional prostitution. Prostitution? Me? No, I don't think I could have. Or are my memories deceiving me? What other horrible things could I have done without even realizing? The uncertainty, the fear of my own actions was one of the things that tormented me most. Her mental deficiency makes her deaf to the reprimands of her family. She has shown suicidal tendencies. She was brought to the ward yesterday, agitated and hysterical. Treated with cardiazol, 2 injections a week for 5 weeks. They were only trying to confuse us with the therapy, and my God, they succeeded. It was as if they wanted to instill the madness into us. June 2nd. After a long period of calm and improvement, the patient is very agitated today and vehemently refuses to submit to a gynecological examination. She swears and curses those helping her, flailing her arms and hitting them. According to reports by Dr. B, the patient has been subjected to periodic checkups since she had a spontaneous abortion about 2 years ago in her 3rd month of pregnancy. Conception occurred after she had sexual intercourse with a stranger who sneaked into the hospital grounds. Details are contained in the charges filed at police headquarters in Volterra, a copy of which is attached to these clinical notes. ES therapy. That's how the reality is concealed. It has all been planned very carefully. June 13th. The nurses report that she descended into a state of great mental confusion after receiving her mother's letter. She threw her soup over another inmate because she was very anxious, and then punched a nurse. Impulsive, flails about her. She rails against the doctor in vulgar terms while he is examining her, lashes out and spits. Block all correspondence to give the patient no further reason to become agitated. August 20th, tied to bed. The nurses report that the patient is extremely agitated after the visit of a relative or family friend. 2 days later, she is still shouting all the time that he commands her, that she must obey and harm herself, and that she is not Charlotte. All visits forbidden, constrained to bed, and intensification of ES therapy until we achieve results. No contact with the outside. That way nobody knew what was happening within these walls. calm down. You must be calm. Don't get agitated. We'll make you calm down. Is that the only thing that matters? Is tranquility worth the price of not living? March 3rd. Alert, correct attitude, replies when questioned. The nurses report that the patient is calm. She washes and looks after herself. She affirms the existence of a certain Amara. She says that Amara is a patient who disappeared when she was moved to this ward. No confirmation. Probably a regressive hallucination. Evaluate transfer. Did I imagine Amara? That's not possible. She was there. I know she was there. I feel it. She must have left some traces of her presence. We can try to find her medical records in the archive where their letters were filed.
Where was the archive again? I've misplaced that, I think. I think this was it. Yeah.
Amara B., aged 32, housewife, mother of 2 daughters, married
She
to
was
Mario
real.
B. So Amara does exist. Yet she had no children and wasn't married, but that photo, it's her. June 3rd, 1936. Admitted yesterday, showing signs of improvement. June 8th. Cheerful, calm, and tranquil. Her behavior is good and she's keeping herself clean and tidy. Discharged on June 10th. April 28th, 1937. Arrived accompanied by her husband in an anxious and nervous state. Has difficulty speaking, trembles. Discharged May 14th. March 8th, 1938. A few days before Renee was admitted, she told me that she too had been admitted only a short time previously. Arrived yesterday in a febrile state. Discharged March 14th. She didn't leave. Certainly not after a few days. No. June 22nd, 1939. Readmitted once more. The patient shows rapid improvement. Discharged July 2nd. August 1st, 1941. The latest of many admissions due to agitation. Discharged August 27th. She came and went, stayed only for short periods, but I remember she was always with me. What's going on? March 4th, 1942. Back again, the same situation. March 8th. Compared to previous admissions, the patient seems depressed even after a few days, although her demeanor is calm and she is attentive. Discharged March 25th. April 2nd. The patient is distracted and apathetic. Her husband brought her here and said, "She's not eating, doctor. She spends all her time sleeping. I'm so worried, doctor. You know her. You can help her." April 6th. Tuberculosis. Patient transferred to the Maragliano Pavilion and is in isolation. May 3rd, 1942. Death from tuberculosis at approximately 8:30 a.m. Is Amara dead? Poor dear friend, I wasn't even able to say goodbye to you. Enclosed is a manuscript written by the patient, probably in a state of delirium. I'm dying, I know it. I'm losing a lot of blood, bleeding internally too. It's strange. Since I came back in here, I can't stop thinking about that little girl with her sad eyes, her desperation. I only saw her for a short time, it's true, but she remains in my heart. Will she still be here? I hope to God not. I hope she's better and her mother's taken her home. My memories don't match up. What's the point of this? Perhaps my memory is playing tricks on me. Things are not as I remember them, as I see them. But she said she liked me. I just can't understand it. I just wanted to say goodbye to her for the last time. I never even said goodbye to her. How could a soul survive in this hell? I so want to feel things again. Pain, passion. Feel the damn tears rolling down my face. To remember that I was alive. I can't be sure it's Amara's. These crosses are nameless. How will we ever know who is buried here? There are no names here. Amara no longer exists. Maybe she never really existed, and I was already dead. Why go on living? Let's put an end to it. I want to leave a letter. I want to apologize for the suffering I have caused. The reception is in the entrance hall. There I'll find a pen and paper to write with.
I've got to get back to the facility there, haven't I?
I always wanted to stop doing the things I used to do, but I just did it again and again. I kept on making mistakes, destroying my life and that of the people close to me. My soul was rotting in a state of sin. My life has been one long mistake. I'm so ashamed of what I've done. I lost control and couldn't stop myself. A victim of rage and lust. The most obscene desires. Mom, don't come and fetch me. I beg you. I deserve to be in this place. It's my only chance. But I'm not brave enough to keep on living. Not like this. Not with this shame which wears me down every accursed day. Not with this anxiety which transforms everything into fear. Not like this. But I'll never change, Mom. Never. Let me die, but don't suffer for me. Forget me quickly, but maybe you've forgotten about me already. Like everyone else, I thank the Lord.
This is the reception, isn't it? I think. I don't see a pen and paper in here, though, to write anything with. Yeah, I don't see a pen and paper here. It's in the entrance hall. I mean, that's that's where we are. I'm confused now. It must not be here. The entrance hall must be somewhere else. Even though this looks like it. Because I don't see what it is I'm looking for. Not in here. Well, there's a way to find out. There's a way to find out. Where this is. Okay, I see.
I can't.
This piece of paper. Okay. Oh, damn.
Che cosa ne vuol fare Madame Adoré? Che cosa ne vuol fare?
Renee's kind to Donji, but he always frightens me.
One out of 17. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm out of time, so we'll probably have to come back to this. To be honest, it looks like I thought I could complete this in one day, but it doesn't look like that's gonna be an option, and I'm out of time, so we'll have to come back to this another day. I guess we're gonna be doing overtime this year. I didn't think we were going to, but yeah, it looks like we're gonna be doing some overtime to finish this. I don't know how much is left, so, but yeah, I do not have any more time today. So we will be back tomorrow, but remember, no Fright Nights tomorrow. So it'll be some balloons or something. And I guess we'll return to this November the 1st, I guess, Wednesday. This this is one of the most depressing games I think I've ever played. That was not. That was something. That was something. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll pick this up again. I don't know on that day what we'll do, whether we'll, I mean, I don't really have any more games. There's a couple of those demos left on the demo disc. Alternatively, I might just finish this and do something else unrelated to it afterwards. I'll have to think on it, what I want to do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you got something out of that. I don't think anybody enjoyed that, to be honest. Enjoyed is not the right word. I can't say that was something I particularly enjoyed. What was happening to the character was horrible, so it just is what it is. Yeah, I will be back tomorrow early with more Stream a Day, and then on Wednesday at normal time, alright? Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye now.